Hi, I'm Kate.
And I'm Sarah.
And welcome to the Expert Purrspective. So what are we talking about today?
Today we are preparing new kitten owners for the arrival of their fur babies. So I'm bringing my new kitten home. What's the first thing that they need to know about feeding them?
So first thing, it's really important to know what food they're coming home with. One, so that you can make sure that you've got some ready, but also so you can think about if you want to transition onto something new. Generally, if that's the case, we recommend a slow transition, which can either be adding a small amount of new food in the bowl alongside their current meal, or adding it on top. And generally this can be for a few days whilst they get used to having something new.
Nice. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Take it nice and slow. Cool, okay. And then if I'm thinking about changing their diet, what kind of food am I looking out for?
So I don't know if many people know this, but cats are obligate carnivores, and that means that they really prefer a meat-based diet. But I always recommend looking for something that's high in human quality meat ingredients, because we know that these provide everything that they need, in particular a really good source of high quality protein, which is really important, particularly for kittens whilst they're still growing. So now we know about what food we should be looking for, do you have any advice on how best to serve it to your kitten?
Definitely. So a couple of things to talk about here is water bowls. There's a lot of like double diners out there on the market, which is two bowls placed next to each other, and it's really common for people to put food in one and water in the other. But actually cats don't really like their water being that close to their food, so really important to have a separate bowl of water somewhere far away from their food so it doesn't feel like there's any contamination going on there. And the other thing to mention as well is the shape and size of the bowl too. So we want to be feeding our cats on a really shallow dish like a saucer or a plate, with low kind of edges on the side, and that's so that kittens don't have their whiskers touching the side of the bowl too much, because they get something called whisker fatigue, which is basically where their whiskers get tired of touching the side of the bowl. It can cause them a bit of discomfort, so keep it shallow and keep their water far away. God, you scared me. Kate, another thing that we should definitely talk about is kitten energy levels, because they are through the roof.
Yes, 100%. Kittens need plenty of enrichment, and this helps them to stay happy and prevents unwanted behavioural problems from occurring. Kittens are a little bit like toddlers, and so they have so much energy to use up, and then they just want to take a nap. So we would always recommend sparing some time to play with your kitten. So do you think that getting them into a routine early helps?
Definitely, yeah. Cats really thrive in an environment where they know what's coming up next. So a really great way to start a routine is by feeding your kitten at the same time every day. You'll want to feed them lots of small meals throughout the day, because they've only got tiny tummies, so don't want to serve them too much food. And once you've got into a routine of feeding them throughout the day, then you can kind of tack on the rest of their routine. So kits work really well in a routine where they play for a little bit, have something to eat, have a little groom, and then have a nap, and repeat several times throughout the day. So yeah, that's a great place to start.
It's probably worth noting that cats and kittens are the most active at dawn and dusk, and so getting them into a proper routine can help to predict those late night zoomies. So let's talk about scratching. Is there anything that you can recommend for that?
Definitely, yeah. So kittens are notorious for scratching all of your furniture. So really, really important to give them lots of different options of places to scratch. So you can get loads of different scratching items. You can get scratching posts, which are long and tall. You can get scratching mats that go along the floor and protect your carpet. You can get cardboard scratches, material scratches, and they're all a great way of deterring them from scratching your furniture, which you want to protect as much as possible.
What are the best spots for kittens to sleep in?
Yeah, so kittens love to sleep nice and high up. That's where they feel they're safest. So great to have a variety of beds in different areas around the house. I've got some on top of wardrobes and one on top of my fridge as well, so nice and high up. And the other thing actually is that if you can get yourself one of those cat trees, you're kind of getting two in one there, because you've got a scratching post and a high place to sleep.
Nice, thanks Sarah. We wish we could give you loads more tips, but we're sadly out of time.
But we are wishing you and your new kitten lots of happy memories together and long-lasting cuddles.